guys some things. Don't mind my dirty freaking coffee table that I eat on every single day. We're here to chat about this. So, your vibe attracts your tribe. What does that mean specifically? Well, going back to my story earlier this morning, was really just chatting about how valuable energy is. And, if we think about this, right, we ourselves are the most common trend in our lives, right? Does anyone want to argue with that? Let me know in the chat box. But if we're the most common trend and how we feel about all the things we're doing matters, like that's the number one priority, at least it should be. So why are we not focusing on that more, right? So think about it. The way that I'm communicating to you right now is based on how I feel, and that's based on my energy. So if I'm in the driver's seat every single day with getting to choose how I'm operating and how I'm showing up, why wouldn't I focus more on who's with me here? Drop a yes in the comments. And this is what sometimes we don't truly recognize. Sometimes maybe we fail to recognize because we're just waking up every single day going to the next thing. I would go to the next task. I got to go to the next meeting, the next meal, the next workout. It's always next, 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 next. We're not in the actual present moment. And then what if we're able to bring a better energy to our day to day? What if we're able to communicate at a higher level? What if we're able to be more intentional with how we're doing certain things? Do you guys think that would help you get better results? Would that be fair to say? Is that a wildly crazy assumption to make to say that, hey, if you took more time for yourself to prioritize your energy and your own needs, that would help you show up as a more confident, happier, vibrant, energetic version? Because we're mirrors. We're direct correlations of what we feel we're worth. Patrick Bet David talks about this all the time. He says that you will not be paid more than a dollar you think you're worth. And I agree with that. I think that's something that is very profound. It's all about the belief and the energy that you're bringing, right? Because if I come on here and I'm low ass energy and I'm kind of just like going through the motions, like there's going to be no part of you that wants to spend any type of time with me. And I recognize that, right? So it's like I need to show up with a fucking fire under my ass, and I need to be somebody who's constantly leading myself. And I tell my clients this all the time, right? Like we can only lead others to the place we're willing to lead ourselves. So oftentimes we like to get frustrated with our lack of results, regardless if that's financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, regardless of what avenue you want to categorize that in of, hey, I'm lacking this result, I'm frustrated. We like to get fixated on the outcome, but why aren't we looking more at the process? Everyone says fall in love with the process. Everyone says embrace the journey. I think how we do that is really trying to be more of a student and being curious and asking better questions. That's something my mentor talks about all the time is the quality of our lives is determined by the questions, the quality, excuse me, of the questions that we ask. I'll say that one more time. I think it's really good. You guys might want to write that down. The quality of our lives is determined by the quality of the questions that we ask. So just zoom out, take that in for a second. It's not so much about trying to seek the information, the content, the stimulus. It's more so how am I putting more thought into this to ask a better question to get a different result? That's the secret sauce, man, right there. That's what a lot of people are not doing right now. And I want to give that to you here today because it's just a very simple flip. It's a very easy thing that you can literally implement that costs you nothing. That's why it's so, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like I overuse powerful, but it is truly powerful that you could come on here in today's world of social media, click into this content, get this information, and do something differently with your life. That's why in January I'm approaching my fifth year of coaching, and I feel like I'm just getting started. I feel like I haven't even remotely scratched the surface of what I feel like I'm capable of, and it's because of that mentality of just there's so much to learn, there's so much to improve on, and really enjoying that and embracing that and just being like, man, I'm just here for the ride. Does anyone resonate with that? Maybe drop a yes in the comments. You guys even know what I'm talking about. Let's hang out with stuff. Vibe, attraction, tribe, right, Ben? If I'm walking around with my head down, my chest low, and I'm putting out shitty energy, I'm gonna get some shitty ass things, right? It's the self-fulfilling prophecy and the narrative of I've always been this way, but you don't understand. And whenever I do this, I get that. It's because what you focus on expands, right? So if you're constantly focusing on trying to prove that narrative, then yes, your external circumstances will mirror that right back to you. It's making sense. Drop a fire. Ben's still here. Let's go, brother. Come on. This is the truth right here. This is the truth because we usually want to place blame on external things, the weather, the government, whatever it is. Like right now, there's a Category 5 hurricane that's about to come through Florida and pretty much hit right where I'm living. Everyone's blowing up my phone. Are you still there? Are you evacuating? I'm like, I'm fucking here. I don't know. Maybe I should evacuate. Maybe I should be a little bit more worried. I'm somebody that's like, I don't like to worry or freak out until it's like the time. I get that from my dad. So shout out to my dad for that one. But anyway, it's supposed to miss me. So I'm good if you're asking. Because I've had a lot of people reach out. Oh, you're in Florida. Like, God, what the fuck? Like, are you leaving? I'm like, dude, I'm good. Cool, right? Anyway, to focus on this, the vibe and traction track, you guys can feel the energy transfer here. So the question I ask you is, well, how can you do a little bit more of that today? What questions do you need to ask to lead yourself to a better result? Simple flip. How can maybe you bring some better energy? How can you bring some more value to the table today? Because that's the thing, right? Everyone's got their hands out. What can you do for me? What if we change that? How can you be more valuable to somebody else? How can you level up your skill sets to be a better individual in the room? And this is what fires me up. This is what gets me out of bed in the morning because I realize that if I want to play this game at a high level, I have a million things that I can get better at. Now that can cripple you and that can keep you stuck and like, wow, I'll never get there. I might as well not even try. Or you can really just allow yourself to move through that with grace, with empathy, with patience. That's a true skill set. A good book that you guys want to read. Gary V. I think it's just read it like last month. I think it's the 12 Habits or something. Check Gary V's books. He published a book on that. I think it's like 12 Habits of what he deems to be successful. And I read that, and man, it was just like boom. Okay, so the main takeaways that I got from that: patience, empathy to yourself, being kind, being a student, all these things they fester together like a crock. So if you approach your day to day, essentially removing your ego and saying, "Hey, I'm just kind of here to learn. I'm really good and confident within myself, but I'm also going to surrender to this. Say, yeah, there's some quality questions that I can ask to get a better result, and I'm going to move through that with grace and empathy and energy and passion and enthusiasm. And I'm always going to be somebody that's looking to get better, provide more value, so that I can be of service to the world, and not always feel like I have my hands out waiting for something." Because the energy exchange in that is much different. That for me is peace. Because inside of that, I dictate the outcome because I know how I'm choosing to show up. It's a conscious decision every single day. You get to choose that. Most people are on zombie mode. They're just kind of floating, walking through life. Does anyone resonate with that? You're kind of just waking up and you're just checking the box, checking. You feel like shit. And you're like, man, there must be more here. This can't be it. Can't be the only thing. That's the secret sauce right there. Is your perspective, your energy. If you have a quality perspective and you're focused on working towards a specific vision and then you bring a certain energy to that, that's freedom. That's peace for me. Now you may be seeing me post fitness content. I'm in the gym doing this. I'm competing. Yeah, I'm four weeks out from getting back on stage as a bodybuilder. Like that's what I do, and I do that because I love it, and I love it because of who I get to become. Hear me very clearly when I say this. That's why I love bodybuilding because who I get to become inside of that process is not so much about the tracking of food. It's not so much about the cardio and the training and the posing. While all that is really awesome, it's me testing my limits every single day of what I think that I'm capable of. And when I break that ceiling over and over and over again, it allows me to see things from a light of, oh, what more could I do? If I could do this, then that must mean I could maybe do that. And it's like a game. You get excited. And that's what keeps you in the driver's seat. And if you can stay in the driver's you can constantly pull yourself in this forward trajectory of momentum. Because I talked about that earlier in the week, right? That momentum is really difficult to gain but easy to lose. And that's why I think it's so, in my opinion, personally, I think it's so easy to win nowadays because most people are on autopilot. Most people are just trying to do the bare minimum. They're just trying to get by. And that's exactly why they just get by because they're not allowing themselves to express their true genius, their true. You feel this fucking conviction that I have? Like, this is literally being transported through me. I'm just a vessel. I'm of service from the man above. And I believe that. It's because I believe that and I practice the humility every single day to know that there's so much more I have to improve on, but I'm also confident in myself. I think if you could merge those two, right? Like, hey, I'm super fucking confident. I believe in myself. Here's my conviction. This is my truth. And it's also, I'm a student. This is a lot bigger than me. There's a lot more I got to do. When you merge that, you have grace and empathy for yourself in that process. That is fucking peace right there. And that's the sauce that I'm giving you guys today. So I'll put it there. We'll open up for a little Q&A, maybe some comments. What came up for you? Let's talk about it. But that's truly what I believe in. I think there's a lot of us that are searching and seeking and hungry for this answer of like, how could I be happier? How could I have more fulfillment? What is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I trying to do? Why does this matter? That is how I've been able to answer it for myself. I mean, you guys like, dude, this guy is supposed to be in his gym. What is he talking about? I thought he's like trying to help me grow my delts, and he's out here talking about vision, purpose, and God. And I'm like, yeah, because I've been training for a long fucking time. And it's like you can have the abs, you can have the delts and the veins and all that, but it only gets so small. It's such a small percentage of our life. It really is a fraction, an hour out of your day. I love people telling me, I don't have the time, I'm too busy. I'm like, you can't afford not to be in shape. You have to be in shape because all the negative consequences that come as a byproduct of not doing that, it's costing you so much more than just 40 minutes to get in there and get it done. Like rent is due. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson talks about that all the time. Rent is due every day, motherfucker. Right? Like you don't negotiate paying a rent. So why do you negotiate keeping the promises that you make to yourself? That's why you don't have the shit that you want, regardless of whatever the shit is. It's because the minute it comes time to do the work, right? Ronnie Coleman, everybody wants to be a bodybuilder until it's time to lift that heavy ass weight. It's the same shit. You could take the analogy and the concept of heavy ass weight to anything in life, which is again why I fucking love bodybuilding. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And I literally just got a DM from a call that I got on last month with somebody who was interested in the program. And she wasn't in the best spot financially, so I just helped her out. And I gave her a step by step course. And Veronica, I mean this in the nicest way possible if you hear this. We got on the call, got really excited. I gave you the step by step free blueprint, the course to get exactly what you wanted. You didn't do it. That's why people don't change. Right there. To go back to what I said earlier, right? The depths that we lead ourselves and the depths that we lead others. We truly want happiness, peace, fulfillment, abundance, more finances, all of it. That's what it stems from. The work every single day that we're avoiding. Simple, simple thing. Makes sense? Valuable? Drop a fuck yes. Come on, man. It's God's word. This is the truth. You're telling me I get to sit at my kitchen table and help you guys out while I sip on coffee? Are you kidding me? This is the coolest shit ever. And it's because I feel that way. That look at the energy transfer. I feel this way. That way you interpret it that way. Why can't you do the same thing? What are you holding on to? Hey, Captain from Boston, how are you today? This is making sense. I just went on a tangent, man, there, and I fucking love it. Do something great with your life. Why not? I journal it every single morning. Why not us? Why not us? Why not you? Why not you? The problem is we don't think that, or I should say, a lot of us don't believe we're really capable of getting the things that we want, and that's why we don't get it. Truthful, real shit. Simple as that. I'm not a morning person. I don't have the time. But you don't understand. You're gonna feed that every day. That's exactly what you're gonna get. I posted that on my Instagram maybe like a month or two ago. I was like, cool. If you want to argue for your limitations, then you get to keep them. You get to break it. And when I first started coaching a few years ago, I was really, I mean, listen, we all go through our shit, right? Some people are timid to speak their truth, and I realize the more that I stand in my shit, the more convicted that I am and what I have to bring to the table. It's amazing how people hear that. It really is. Most impactful book that I've read, that's a tough question because there's been so many good ones. I think it's that's a great question. I think it depends on what you're looking for specifically. So maybe if you could give me more context on what specifically it is that you're searching for, I could better guide you. And I think that's also a really good filter as well whenever somebody comes to you for something is pay like bounce it back and gain more understanding. The more that you understand, the better you can serve. Thoughts on 6 foot 280 lifting 3 miles a day, 1,000 calories for the next 2 days. Well, why are you doing that, Kevin? What is the prove something? Is there a certain result you're trying to get? I personally don't run at all. Kills my joints. I don't like it. The thing is that if you don't like running, you don't have to run. You know, I've proven that multiple times on social media that I can get stage lean, 4 or 5% body fat without running. And if you want to do that, I can show you how. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to, right? So that's the question I would ask you, Kevin, is do you like running 3 miles? Do you like eating 1,000 calories? I'm getting absolutely shredded eating 600 calories. So I'm actually technically eating 600 calories more than you, and I probably have a lesser body fat, and I'm not running, and I'm only training 4 or 5 days a week. So I don't know if that makes sense. It's really about having a better conversation of what is the reverse engineer, what is the goal that you're trying to achieve? Why are you trying to achieve it? Does that make sense? Trying to cut down walking 3 miles a day with decline. Okay, that's better. Yeah, see, that's a little bit more my jam. If you're trying to cut down, I think a 1,000 calories might be a little extreme. So yeah, I just had nine. I'm not sure if you're still here, but question of what type of information is better guide there. If you're trying to cut down, I think about extreme. I have a female wellness competitor that's about 6 weeks out, and we just got like last check. So I would probably say you don't need to drive it that far as long as you're consuming probably about 1 gram per pound body weight as far as protein every single day. I think that's the driving factor. I would focus on quality sleep. I'm making sure that your sessions are really impactful and you did at a good intensity. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, I was in the gym 2 hours a day, 6 days a week." And I can probably sit here and say confidently that I have better results training less than you because I'm more intentional about it with the way that I structure my program, the moves that I choose, the intensity that I bring, how I execute all of that. That's what matters. Less about trying to say, well, I'm here doing this. So that's what I have for you guys. I'll have to do some client programming. I appreciate you guys, man. This is such a beautiful opportunity. If you need anything, you have a question, comment, concern, continue that